We keeping it going here, folks, from the break on the hottest show on the streets in my own words, with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Appreciating each and every last one of you for tuning into the show. And if you love Alabama football, Tide fans, if you love Alabama football, you really love it now, and you are really in support of these student athletes, you got to do this right here. You got to purchase you the We Want Football shirts, and the Let Them Play shirts. We Want Football and Let Them Play shirts, courtesy of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. You go to tdawear.com. tdawear.com to purchase the We Want Football shirt, standing with these athletes, supporting the Crimson Tide, and the Let Them Play shirts, also supporting the athletes and the Crimson Tide. You can get both shirts along with other apparel. Go on to tdawear.com. Link will be found in the description. Check it out. We want football shirts, Let Them Play shirts, tdawear.com. Check out that apparel there, supporting your Crimson Tide and the student athletes. But getting back down into the conversation of my way too early predictions when you look at the college football playoff. Way too early predictions for the CFP. And as I stated in the last kind of a call segment there about how the committee still is looking forward to having the playoff. They're moving forward, much like the Big 12, much like the ACC and the SEC, moving forward to having the season. The college football, the CFP committee is moving forward with this playoff. Now, with what's going on here, with what's happened here with the Big 10 and the Pac-12 canceling its football season, this would be my top four seeds right now. This would be my top four seeds right now for the college football playoffs. So my top four would be Alabama at number 1, Clemson at number 2, Oklahoma at number 3, and Georgia at number 4. So yes, you would get 2 SEC teams in the college football playoff. Alabama at number 1, self-explanatory. This team is hungry. After 2 years of not winning a championship, last year did not make the college football playoff for the first time since its inception in 2014. Coach Saban hungry, the staff hungry, the players are hungry, and regardless of the coronavirus, these guys are ready to get on the field and push for a national championship on both sides of the ball. Number 2, with the Clemson Tigers, it's got Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, Travis Etienne at running back, despite not having T. Higgins anymore at wide receiver. But of course, Justin Ross, who had that spinal neck surgery there, he's not going to be able to play this year, but the Tigers still have Amari Rodgers at wide receiver, along with other pieces on offense. They've got guys back on defense, headlined by the coordinator in Brent Venables, so you always have to keep your eye on Clemson. In terms of Georgia at number 3, on paper, Kirby Smart has a very formidable defense, big-time defense. Offensively, will it be JT Daniels at quarterback, the graduate transfer from USC, or will it be Jamie Newman at quarterback, the graduate transfer from Wake Forest? We don't know. We're going to have to find out which one. And then Oklahoma at number 4. It's got some guys on defense, but without Jalen Hurts at quarterback, who's the next guy, right? You hit on Kyler Murray. You hit on Baker Mayfield. You hit on Jalen Hurts. Yes, Spencer Rattler's got a lot of talent, but is he the next guy that Lincoln Riley can get to be a Heisman caliber type of quarterback? So Alabama number 1, Clemson 2, Georgia 3, and Oklahoma 4. That's how I have it as of right now. But if the Big 10 and the Pac-12 would have stayed with football, this was my original top 4 seeded list. My original list, the top 2 teams remain the same. Alabama at 1, Clemson at 2. But number 3 was the curveball. The Ohio State Buckeyes would have been it there at number 3. Justin Fields at quarterback, a big-time stud, a guy that really changed the dynamics of Ohio State's offense. Last year under Ryan Day, his ability to run and throw the ball effectively well. You would have had Chris Olave back at wide receiver. Both of those two have great chemistry, so Ohio State would have been number 3. And then number 4 would have been a toss-up between Oklahoma and Oregon, seeing how they got to both find the quarterback. Oklahoma, once again, Jalen Hurts this past year. He's no longer there. Is Spencer Rattler the guy? Oregon had Justin Herbert this past season. They got to figure out who was going to be their quarterback for, or who would have been their quarterback for the upcoming season if Oregon would have kept the college football campaign on its side. So that would have been my just original list if the Big Ten and the Pac-12 not jumped the gun there with Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and the toss-up between Oregon and Oklahoma. But with this being said, though, and this is the interesting part, even though Alabama has its eyes set on to win a national championship, Alabama got its eyes locked and loaded onto that college football playoff national championship trophy, no doubt about that. But with the Big Ten and the Pac-12 not having a season, here comes the interesting question. Could this be a situation where a group of 5 team gets in? Now, the group of 5 conferences, they're always saying, y'all leave us out. Y'all don't like the little man. Y'all throw us under the bus. Y'all slide us on the rug. You scared of us. You embarrassed of us. You think that if you schedule us, we may come down there and take it from y'all. Is y'all scared? So the group of 5 always kind of gets a little antsy around the college football playoff time of year because they feel like, you know, the committee is leaving out the little guys. And it goes back to the BCS system when, you know, Boise State was really good. And, you know, the Broncos always found a way to crash the party and get into those major bowls. So here is an opportunity for one of these group of 5 schools in these conferences, whether it's the American Athletic Conference, whether it's the Sun Belt Conference, whether it's Conference USA. Therein lies the University of Alabama at Birmingham, the UAB Blazers. Could they may have a shot in this? I'm not saying they will, but could UAB have a shot in this? So the group of 5 schools, this is interesting. And I'm going to highlight one group of 5 conference for you, and that's the American Athletic Conference, the AAC. There are some good teams in the AAC. You got UCF, you've got Memphis, you've got Cincinnati, you've got Houston. There are times that, you know, South Florida can be good. I know last year South Florida was absolutely atrocious, but there are some moments at times where South Florida has been good. But just starting off with UCF, they're coming off a 11-3 season, and it still has Mackenzie Milton at quarterback on the roster despite him missing last year. So that's interesting right there. They've got weapons on offense. They've got talent on defense, and remember, UCF is just a couple of years removed from proclaiming itself as national champions. I mean, y'all remember UCF went undefeated, and they had the banner up there, and they had the parade going on like we're the national champion. Like UCF is still, you know, they're a couple of years removed from that, and you still have some Alabama fans that want to play UCF, that want to show that the Knights a little something. So there's UCF. You know, Memphis has had, you know, a pretty good run the last couple of years or so. They've put up some pretty good numbers in terms of records, in terms of offensive and defensive production. Cincinnati had a pretty good year last year, and their quarterback, Desmond Ridder, he's pretty good. Desmond Ridder is pretty darn good, and he's going to be one of those guys fighting for, you know, a draft spot among the list of quarterbacks for the 2021 venue. And then you've got the University of Houston. I remember, you know, Tom Herman really had that program on the up and up with Greg Ward at quarterback, but, you know, he ended up going to Texas, and he's now with the Longhorns in the Big 12. So keep your eyes on the American Athletic Conference, the AAC. Could we see one of these group of 5 schools sneak their way in? I mean, normally they would not have this opportunity with the Big 10, Pac-12, SEC, ACC, everybody all together in terms of the Power 5. But because the Big 10 said, no, we're not going to have a season, and because the Pac-12 said, no, we're not going to have a season, here's a moment for one of these group of 5 schools. Here's a moment for one of these group of 5 conferences like the AAC to kind of slide one of their teams into the college football playoff. But it'll be interesting to see how this all boils down moving forward as the committee moving forward with football as well. But as always, folks, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage here on the Crimson Tide. Very simple, very easy for you to access this. You can get this from the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app, and you can download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you've got the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we have you squared away with iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. We got you covered here. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I shall return on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. As always, Alabama fans, you can purchase that subscription, that online subscription, the Touchdown Alabama Magazine, $5.95 a month, $5.95 a month here. Go on to touchdownalabama.com and click join, be a part of our family, our community. But you can only get this now for a limited time as this month goes out, Monday, August 31st. So right now, get yourself locked and loaded right now to touchdownalabama.com, click join, get you that $5.95 subscription right there. Also, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, have those sent to your door. That link will be found in the description as well. But until next time, folks, husbands love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue doing those things legitimately now to not be bored. Be sure to get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself. Protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, and this has been In My Own Words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here. And turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.